Anyway, the massive derailment that happened last week, 9 people died. The train was going twice the posted speed limit. It has a well-paid, federally paid government employee train conductor who drives the train. And I don't know how trains work, but I know how other vehicles work, like buses and airplanes and cars and stuff like that, and bicycles. And generally, the person who's driving it determines the speed. Is that not the case with trains? I mean, I'm not looking to point fingers and cast blame here, but I really don't think that Republicans who cut the budget are to blame for this one wreck. I don't think curved track is to blame. I don't think a lack of a safety system that automatically prohibits the train from going too fast is to
Which
blame.
was on the track. It was there. There
right,
was
just
one
not
there,
enabled
just
something.
not on.
Yeah, I there have been probably thousands of trains driving that route, going around that curve, that did not derail. And the difference is the conductor was driving too fast. And, now he doesn't remember. And, of course, as with any big tragedy, the conspiracy theories are rife. And, there may be some bizarre hacking explanation of something took over the electronics of the train. The conductor has total amnesia. He doesn't remember. And there really is, at this point, from what I've seen, no explanation for why it was going so fast. And I don't know that there's much question about the fact that it was going that fast is why it crashed, is why it derailed. I think the speed is the cause of the derailment. But what they're now trying to figure out is why was it going so fast? And the conductor's lack of memory is going to hamper the investigation a little bit. But, they didn't even have all of the passengers accounted for before the leftists in the media and in government blamed it on budget cuts and began to scream for more money, and that this was all because of budget cuts and sequestration and austerity and all of the things that really never even happened.
Can I say 3 things?
Please do.
Because I like to just simply what to say to people. Number 1, they never let a good crisis go to waste. You have people dead, and they immediately use it for political gain. Number 2, they squander hundreds of millions of dollars and immediately want to blame the taxpayers for not forking over more when union run Amtrak has this terrible thing happen. Okay, suddenly I'm spacing the third. Sorry, but it blows my mind that
Department of Energy. Oh no, wait, that was the other. I'm thinking of 3 things and can't remember the third. Sorry.
Oh no, that's okay.
Flashback to the Rick Perry debate moment.
It's okay. It's just so sick. It's so sick. They blow hundreds of millions of dollars. They will not let the free market run the thing because they set something up that won't make money in the free market. It's not profitable. So here they prop something up that's not profitable, which takes billions, like a billion every year roughly, of dollars just to keep it afloat. They squander hundreds of millions, and then when they have an accident, they immediately blame the taxpayers. And you can say, well, no, they're blaming Republicans. Yeah, but who elected them? They're blaming the taxpayers for electing people who wouldn't take more of their money. That's who they're blaming. It's ridiculous.
Look, when I first heard about it, I was sad about the crash, and I could not believe how quickly politicians and the media on the left came out and tried to politicize this. We knew from the start it was clearly a case of it going too fast. We don't know the reason why, but it has nothing to do with politics in any way. Budget cuts or spending more or whatever. There's just no way to inject politics into this, and somehow they managed to do it within a few hours. And it is so disgusting that they would try to profit and gain power and influence off of the deaths of people and try to turn everything into a political fight. It's so disgusting that people would do that to me. Why anyone listens to any of these people is just beyond me. I do not understand how you can see them act like this, do things like this, and still support them.
It is completely disgusting. One of the things that we found this week in getting ready is Molly Hemingway piece in the Federalist talking about the word theodicy. And I'd never heard this word, but it is it attempts, she says, to defend God's goodness and omnipotence in light of the existence of evil. Why do bad things happen to good people, or something like that? Well, I hadn't heard of that. I know the concept, but I hadn't heard of it put that way. But her argument in her piece in the Federalist is that this is how the left treats government as a religious being, even, and that if there's something wrong with the way that government is operating, there are other causes than the inherent goodness of government, and that they have to, because it's a religion to them, they have to frame arguments this way, that there's not enough funding, or there's not enough attention, or there's not enough, what's the word I'm looking for, awareness of an issue. Because if there were more awareness, more people would support more government spending about whatever it was. One of the most outspoken women leftist figures in the middle of the Twitterverse, and who gets into fights with, say, presidential candidates on Twitter. Debbie Wasserman Schultz's score.
What?
Yes. .6.